there are two kinds of struggles. One is to become successful. One is to succeed and maintain that success. You want one more. If you're okay with the shot also, he'll say, I want to do one more, you know. I wanted to create that feeling of claustrophobia. So that hunger to do better is what else can a director ask for? Hi, this is Ajay Devgn. You're watching me on IndianExpress.com. That was a very difficult film to shoot because I was high up in the mountains and the kind of action and the things we designed had never been done in the country. This time I got a very solid script which required a lot of claustrophobia, and it wasn't very easy to shoot this film because I wanted to create that feeling of claustrophobia in an aircraft, in a cockpit and the cabin. So the size of the cockpit is practically not even more than 7 feet by 7 feet, and there's a lot of drama happening inside. So I needed the camera moves, I needed to create, and I didn't want to cheat the audience with a bigger cockpit or open the flaps of the cockpit so that I can move my cameras from outside and things like this, because I felt that that would take away from the claustrophobia. So creating in that space, creating 7-8 cameras and camera moves and all that was very, very exciting, I would say. Why Runway 34 is when you see the film, the whole film revolves around, see, I'll explain to you, on an airport, if there's only one, yeah, there's a strip. If either there are 2 strips or 1 strip or 3 strips, whatever. If there's 1 strip, the 1 runway, you can land from both sides. So it's always the degrees of the runway. So one would be a runway 3/4, that means 340 degrees. The other would be like 1/6, like 160 degrees. Okay. So in the whole film, he makes a wrong decision to land on runway 3/4. Which according to everybody is the wrong runway and the most dangerous. It's a disaster. Nobody should be landing on that runway, and he chooses to do that. And then the whole film unfolds that why he chose that runway also in the first place. So the whole film revolves around this runway 34, I would say. I mean, director is always on the front foot because he has to handle the whole team, and he has to take all the calls himself. So director is always on the front foot, and the director and the person keeps guiding the actor and the person. So it's always the director telling the actor that this is what needs to be done. In this case, it was me against me only, not against me. I mean, me and me. So I was guiding myself and the rest of the team. This film has a lot of heroism. In fact, the character is very, very heroic. Not because he's a good guy, but he is also somewhere grey and he loves to break rules, which I think connects with a lot of audiences. He's brilliant, he's fabulous at his job, he's got a great mind, but he's a rule breaker. And he does things on his terms and conditions and defies a lot of things. So in the film also, you will see that the most interesting part is that whatever he's doing, you don't know if he's doing right or wrong. And in the second half, it unfolds that whatever decisions he made, what was the reason behind it? Were they right or were they wrong? So it's a very nice subtle mystery to it also, and the character is very, very heroic. If you see the trailer also, he's got an attitude. When they say you're not allowed to smoke here, he says "Jalaya to nahi na." So it's that kind of defying things. So that is heroic. It's fabulous because he's a director's actor, and I've shared always a great rapport with him. And the kind of dedication and passion towards work what he has, I don't think anybody else can have, including us. So it gets a lot more easier to direct him because he hands himself over to the director. And there is never a moment that if you want one more, forget if you want one more. If you're okay with the shot also, he'll say, I want to do one more, And I turn around and say, okay, sir, but I mean, I've got what I wanted. He said, no, for me, just one, I'll do better. So that hunger to do better is what else can a director ask for? two kinds of struggles. One is to become successful. One is to succeed and maintain that success, which is actually tougher. The road doesn't end at success; it begins, I would say. And for that, you really need to have a lot of hard work and concentration and passion towards your work. And if you have that, then that is a nice struggle, I would say. But it is a struggle.